Anyway, speaking of another guy from a foreign country, actually, what's the status now with Canada and Great Britain, the United Kingdom? Do they still own Canada? Do they have a loose affiliation? Are they speaking? Have they decided to take a time out?
This sounds like a question for Jason Nacarado. He's up in Canada.
Are they seeing other people? Anyway, Don Fallis is from Canada.
Was that what you were transitioning to? I didn't even know what you were transitioning.
Yes, Don Fallis is from Canada, but not from even any of the good parts. He's from Winnipeg, the Kansas City of Canada. Oh, boy. But it was Tony Schiavone in the ring for the main event, which was a promo with Don Fallis where, why, Don, why? And they started these people kind of doing the Dominic Mysterio thing where they boo poor old fucking Don Fallis out of the building whenever he tries to speak. But the story that they were going for was everything I did for him. Without me, there is no Kenny Omega. That kind of thing. But that's all we really got, because then music plays and here comes Kenny. But they got 15 security guys, fake security guys in the aisleway, and they all go on alert, and he starts fighting them. So yeah, 15 security guys versus Twinkle Toes. I don't think this is going to be a Brock Lesnar situation, but here comes the BBC, and they jump Kenny. And again, Moxley. Everything he does, it's just fake. It's not even contacting anybody. And then finally, after he finished with his fake strikes and everything, he DDT'd Kenny on the ramp. And then the whole BBC gets in the ring, and Moxley does the promo. It's a final warning, Kenny, stay down. We are the elite. We're badass.
Dope. 4 dopes. You're going to be dope sick.
Debuting Memorial Day weekend. And then more music played.
Like the Lords of Flatbush, but dope.
Doper. And the Buckaroos fake limp their way out after they've been beaten up in the back. Why they were here, we don't even know. They weren't booked for a match. And they come out limping, fake limping, with a trash can full of weapons and boards and whatever. So now you got Kenny picking his carcass up off the mat. You've got Maddie and Nikki with a trash can full of bullshit. But the announcers are saying it's still 3 against 4. There's 4 members of the BBC. But oh, wait, now they play more music. Here comes Hangnail Adam Page out wearing an eye patch. He thinks he's John Wayne in True Grit now.
Reminds me of Snake Plissken. That's not Stallone, but it's still badass.
'Cause it's Kurt Russell when he was fucking Goldie Hawn.
What's your voice?
I don't know.
He wasn't fucking Goldie Hawn yet. They met on the set of Overboard.
Was that after Escape from New York?
Yes, it was.
Well, son of a bitch. Anyway, so now you've got the 4 against 4. So Kenny hands Hangnail a broom wrapped in barbed wire. Why would there be such a thing existing in the world? Why would you have that? It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And then they go to the ring.
What do you want me to do with this barbed wire? Wrap the broom in it. What?
Yes. Either what would you like me to do with this barbed wire broom? Well, naturally, sweep. Well, what's the barbed wire for? In case you get stuck in the snow. It'll provide traction. So, if they go to Canada, they'll have a snow chain match where you got to wrap snow chains around your opponent so he doesn't get mired down in the slush. So anyway, they have a short, sloppy fight, and then Hangnail made the challenge for double or nothing. What do they call it? Anarchy in the arena? Or whatever. It's going to be a 8-man garbage match where they're going to fight all over the building after they've just done it on this free television show for 15 fucking minutes and multiple matches. but now they want us to pay for it to see more of it.
That's totally different. On this show, it was 2 guys fighting, and you got to focus on them doing their thing. On that other one, it'll be at least 8 people all over the place. You won't know what to focus on.
You know what I need to focus on, Brian?
What's that?
I'll tell you what I need to focus on. I need to focus on figuring out something to put in between my eyeballs and the anarchy in the arena match so that I don't have to look at it, because it'll make me sick to my stomach and I will vomit up my toenails.
How about an eye patch?
What?
How about an eye patch?
Not an eye patch, because, see, the problem is you got one good eye. If you got one eye patch on, you still got one unobstructed eye. I need something to soften the ugly. I need something where I can still see and be aware of my surroundings, but it'll take the edge off the rottenness of the unobstructed sight of this garbage match they're going to have. I think I need to make it maybe a little shadier. Maybe just take some of the light out. Maybe if so much light wasn't bouncing off the BBC and all the elite boys, then it wouldn't be quite so jarring to the senses. What do you think if I go ahead and put my pair of shady rays on so that I can block out not only the harmful sun's rays, but also the harmful bad wrestling rays? What do you think?
I think it's a nice concept. You should try it. I don't know if it could do anything to help with the wrestling.
It might take the edge off.
But you'll look cool.
I'll look cool, too, at the same... And it's kind of like an air freshener over a slaughterhouse. It'll take the edge off. It ain't going to make it smell fresh as a daisy, but it'll take the edge off. But, folks, if you don't have to watch bad wrestling, if you just want to go out, I don't know, in the outside, in the sunshine, well, then shady rays are the best thing for you, because you don't have to cover up any ugly. You just got to keep the sun out of your eyes, and you got to look good doing it. And that's why Shady Rays makes high-quality sunglasses that are just as good and even better than the expensive hoity-toity brands at a fraction of the price. They're durable, built to tackle all of the adventures you may have, stylish, timeless, on point, polarized lenses for crystal clear vision and strong sun protection. And that's exactly what we're needing there, because watching the elite against the BBC is kind of like staring into the sun. You're going to burn your corneas out. So put some shady rays in between that to keep your eyeballs functioning properly. And we've talked about this before, and I'm proud to say that so far we have not gotten any feedback that people are taking advantage of this. But shady rays, they're good nature, they're compassionate, they're generous. They've got the industry-leading lost and broken replacement program. If you break or lose your pair the second you take them out of the box, they're going to send you a replacement pair, no questions asked. Now, I got to be honest. I'd interrogate you like a Nazi war criminal if as soon as you opened something that I sent you, you called me or wrote me or emailed me or knocked on my door and said, I lost it already, or I broke it already. I want another one. You know what I'd say? I'd say, fuck you. Who the hell do you think you are to come in here and be demanding shit like this? But you know what Shady Rays does? They say, we don't care if you're irresponsible. We don't care if you're potentially criminal-minded and you're trying to swerve us around here. We're going to send you a replacement pair for free. And they give you 30 days to try them out, or you can send them back. They'll give you your money back. You know, now that I think about it, Shady Ray needs an agent like me to tell them what's going on, because they're way too nice to people. You can't trust people in this world like this. So before I get the chance to talk to Ray and bring him out of the shade and into the sunlight and tell him to stop doing this and giving all of his profits away, you got to go right now to shadyrays.com/JCE and use the code JCE. And for a limited time, not only do they have the guarantee, but also if you buy one pair of Shady Rays, you're going to get a second pair free. That means you may very well turn both those pairs in if you break them for replacements. Well, then you might have 4 or 8 or 12. This could get exponentially worse. So right now, folks, before Shady Rays goes out of business, shadyrays.com/JCE, Use the code JCE to get a free second pair of Shady Rays, just as good as the first. Absolutely no charge, gratis. You pay nothing. Brian, that way you can put a pair of sunglasses on the front of your head. And if you tell your kids you got eyes in the back of your head, wear a pair of sunglasses there too, and they'll be scared of you.
I really don't want to scare the kids, but I encourage everyone, check them out. They're fine glasses. We like them here at Last Manor. Shady Rays.
But if you scare the kids, they'll be too afraid to misbehave.
That doesn't seem like a good idea, and that's not the best way to teach the children right from wrong, is to scare them.
How old is your youngest?
My youngest is almost 2.
If you look her in the eyes and say,
It's a he.
Well, if you look him in the eyes and say, look, Daddy's got eyes in the back of his head. And I'll show you right now. And you have taken a Sharpie and you've spread your hair out and you've drawn eyeballs on your skull. That kid for the rest of his life is going to remember that he can't even do anything behind your back because you can see him. It'll scare him straight.
Yeah, I'm going to do it a different way. But Shady Rays, fine glasses that even my children will wear. In fact, they've already taken my pairs, and yours will take yours too. Shady Rays.
And then you can get more. If you don't want to draw the eyeballs on with a Sharpie, have you tried marbles?
Marbles?
Just stick marbles back there.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. Stick them where?
Under your hair.
Under my hair? What's going to hold them?
Yeah. Well, glue them to your head.
Glue them to my head under my hair?
Yes, because then when you pull your hair apart and those kids see those fucking eyeballs out of the back of your head, they'll shit themselves.
Why not just get it tattooed on the back of my head?
I didn't think you wanted to go that far.
I don't.
I'm just to scare children?
Marbles is as far as I'm willing to go. But Shady Rays is something I will always go to as a go-to for sunglasses for me and the family.
Shady Rays!
Shady Rays!